All Blacks have only gone and done it and put through another huge win over the Wallabies, and my word, what a game it was. This is the kind of rugby that I love to watch when it comes down to the Rugby Championship. What a way to end the Rugby Championship. Big win for the All Blacks. I want to break this game down. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. So, the All Blacks, they found a way to win. It was a difficult game, and for a good point, the Australians were really up the backside of the All Blacks, and this game could have gone a couple different ways, right? Yes, I do feel that the Wallabies were a little bit unlucky. I think Will Skelton could have had a much bigger impact on the game had he been on for longer. But this game was... It had moments of brilliance, and I do feel that through important moments in the game, the Wallabies they didn't show their teeth. They were lackluster. They didn't make the most of their opportunities, and the All Blacks smelt the blood. Right? They found their way through it, and yeah, we had some brilliant tries. It's just I felt like at points, the Wallabies, they were so wasteful, especially when it came down to set plays. Like, you look at the lineouts, they were just throwing to nobody. And I was like, just hit your man. Just hit your man. Come on. Because all the All Blacks are doing, they're picking that up and they're making the most out of it, right? A lot of the times it was unnecessary mistakes that were given by the Wallabies that is like, come on, guys. Come on. And they actually kept relatively close. I mean, the penalties that they were hitting, beautiful. They were keeping things in. But Quintupaya, he killed the game in the back end of the first half. 32nd minute, 36th minute, boom, 2 tries, ends the first half 17-9, and that's just like, okay, what's happening here? The Wallabies, beginning of the second half, they go and get a yellow, and it's like, come on. Seriously, guys, get your ash together. Get it together. Because there were so many moments where the Wallabies could have capitalized, but they just didn't. And I say this, but you got to take in consideration who the Wallabies are playing. They are playing one of the best teams in the world, and I'm talking about the All Blacks. They're one of the best nations to ever grace the field. So it is not an easy task to do what they have done. I mean, Australia in general, over the Rugby Championship, over the Lions Tour, they have been doing so well, and you cannot help but praise the work that they are doing, and praise the work that Schmidt is doing, and the product that he's getting out of it. Max Jorgensen, I don't care where he plays, whether it's 11, 14, 15, I think the guy's absolutely brilliant. Yes, he does like to go a little bit high sometimes when it comes down to his tackles. But you cannot doubt the end product that this guy gives you, right? Just on a general basis, he is really good, and he really is one for the future. But I just felt like at points, the Wallabies were lackluster. They just weren't, the players just weren't all there. They weren't all ready. But we have to take into consideration the All Blacks. They played really well. They were not an easy team to break down. Fabian Holland is an absolute monster. Tamaiti Williams made scrummaging an absolute nightmare for the Wallabies. So I can say that the Wallabies were wasteful, and yes, they were. But you look at the team that they were up against in the All Blacks. It's terrifying. It is terrifying when you go up against a team like that. But you look at the performances that they've put through the Rugby Championship. Absolutely phenomenal. They put the Springboks on their backside and gave them an absolute hiding, right? That's not easy to do. So, yes, they didn't exactly have the best of time playing up against the All Blacks. But who does, right? Room for growth. That is all I see when it comes down to the Wallabies right now. It is that room for growth, and they are doing absolutely brilliantly. So it has to be taken with a pinch of salt, right? But otherwise, I mean, Harry Wilson was an absolute monster. Got something like 16 carries. Fraser McWright was an absolute beast again. I think he ended up getting 3 turnovers, a couple dozen tackles. I mean, the guy is just amazing. He is just amazing. But Quinn Tupaia, 2 tries, 10 points, 2 line breaks. I mean, the guy was just, wow. The guy was just brilliant. He was just, and this is what I say about Billy Proctor. Billy Proctor needs people to be having games like this, right? This is going to say to Razor, look at Tupaia. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. This one game, I just feel this one game, Quinn Tupaia has done more in this one game than what I've seen Billy Proctor do in the entire rugby championship. Maybe I'm being a bit overboard with this, but this is just how I feel. I'm not the biggest fan of Billy Proctor, but he hasn't exactly done much to show anybody why he deserves that 13 spot. Quinn Tupaia comes on, starts at 13, and puts in an absolutely stellar performance at 13. And it's like, okay, look at me. Look at me. I am doing what Billy Proctor is not doing. He had a brilliant partnership with Jordie Barrett. Jordie Barrett's just Jordie Barrett. He's absolutely phenomenal. But give Tupaia more time. Give him more time. Too much emphasis is being put on Billy Proctor. And it's frustrating because every time we've seen the Wallabies make unnecessary mistakes, Billy Proctor is normally in and around it. It's frustrating. Quinn Tupaia deserves more. And hopefully with this game, he's going to show to Razor, I deserve it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lester Fainga'anuku as well. He put in a very, very good performance. I was really happy with him. Another player that deserves more game time. But yeah, it was such a good game, right? James Slipper had a pretty good game as well. His 151st appearance, final game for the Wallabies, retiring himself an absolute legend. And, you just got to clap for this guy, because to do what this guy has done, to have a career like this guy's done, not many people can say that they have done this, right? And there are not many people on planet Earth that can say that they have a record like James Slipper has. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Slipper is just, he is an elite player. Well, was, because this was his last game, but my word, I'm still pumped about this game, right? I'm still pumped about this game because, this game really could have gone. If things had to go Wallabies' way, one or two decisions had to go the Wallabies' way, we could have seen a completely different game, right? If we had to see the Wallabies make the most out of one or two different opportunities where they could have broken, we could have seen a completely different game. But it is what it is. They played well. In terms of attacking wise, they actually did pretty well in comparison. I just feel that they were missing far too many tackles, and this is where the All Blacks were capitalizing on all of these missed tackles. I think they had something like over 20 missed tackles. Let's take a look. Yes, so 29 missed tackles for the Wallabies. They made 142 tackles, right? 29 of them were missed. 29 of them were missed. You cannot be having that, especially up against a team like the All Blacks. But then again, I guess you can also say it's because of a team like the All Blacks that happened. But, going forward, they were actually really, really deadly. They were deadly, but it was their set pieces that really messed them up. The lineouts were just horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. That frustrated me. The amount of times they would just throw the ball and it's like, come on, dude. Come on, please. But, they met the All Blacks toe to toe when it came down to their attacking, to the passing. And so, the Wallabies had 208 passes, 133 ball carries, 290 meters post-contact, 5 line breaks. The All Blacks had 171 passes, 110 ball carries, 292 meters post-contact, and then 4 line breaks. So it's like, okay, look, they actually managed to keep toe-to-toe with the All Blacks, but it was that defense. It was when it was going back that the Wallabies were struggling. And yeah, it just frustrated me. I love rugby, and it just It is in moments like this is exactly when you want your big players. It's exactly where you want your big boys, your elite players to come through with something special, because that is what makes a special team, is when you have these players that will be able to make you something out of nothing, right? Like, for instance, what happened with Sasha Feinberg. He made something out of nothing, which is why we ended up going and beating the Argentinians so badly, because he was just creating magic. This is something that Bowden Barrett does so well. He creates magic. They needed that somebody that's just going to be able to pick something out of the dirt and make just an absolute masterpiece out of it. They just didn't have that. They did not have that today. And it showed. It showed. They managed to put through some good performances. I mean, Suali'i was good. Lenny Kitao, he was good. Fraser McWright, Harry Wilson, Tom Hooper, he was really good. I really enjoyed his performance. But it was just like, come on, guys, come on. But this is promising, though. I rant about this, but this is promising for the Wallabies. The All Blacks are always going to be the All Blacks. So you always know that they're going to have some serious talent. But the Wallabies have really been going down through a really horrible time of late, right? And it really just feels like, like the Phoenix. They burnt down. And they are now just coming out from the ash, right? They're just coming out from the ash, and they are starting to find that identity again that they had lost, right? You look at early 2000s, they had identity, they had feel to them when they played, and they've lost that of late. But I kind of finally feel that the Wallabies are really starting to come through now with something. They're finding that identity again, and it's beautiful to see. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen at the back end of the year now, right? Fantastic. Well done, Wallabies. Well done, the All Blacks, coming through with another win. The Springboks have better win, because I do not want the All Blacks to be winning the Rugby Championship. I just don't. I love you, but I don't want you to win the Rugby Championship. So the Springboks have better put in a really good performance. And on that note, I'd love to hear from you guys. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.